Yeah.
Yeah. In the legislature. Have a plan. I like fight plan.
Yeah, you know it'd be a lousy plan.
It's a lousy plan.
They're under pressure.
But it keeps it in the legislature.
Yeah, that's their goal.
Anybody want a postcard to deliver?
You want a postcard, Aaron? You'll do it with me? Okay.
Postcard to deliver?
Hold it for sight.
What?
I mean, do you want me to, so you
No, I want you to spearhead.
Okay.
Because people don't know where we're going, so.
Yeah, I know.
Ready, guys?
I know how long racism has been around.
Well, I mean, it's pretty part of it.
Yeah, certainly is.
The Trump people aren't all racist, but they're all okay with it. That's the way I say it.
Yeah, toasty and nice.
When it came down to it, they were okay with it.
Hurting activists. It's kind of like hurting cats.
Not really. We're better than cats. Sort of.
Good. How are you guys?
Good. Do you have a lot of postcards? Have you been seeing a lot of postcards coming in?
I can't really discuss that.
Okay, all right.
Okay, let's go.
Come on in, guys.
Who's gonna?
So where are we? We're here at our representative's office. And in we go. We're bringing him something he desperately needs.
Oh my God! Pull back.
Yeah.
Good.
Come on in. Hi, how are you?
Well, we don't have donuts. I sort of expected that.
Hi.
I don't have any donuts, but are you cold? I mean, we've got some coffee. We can be happy to make you a cup. All right. Does anyone else want a cup of coffee? All right. How's everyone?
We're good.
Good.
Welcome. Come on in. Come on
Not
in.
quite as cold as it
Yeah. Well,
That's good.
you know, tomorrow I think they're expecting some rain and snow, so it could be worse than something like today.
Come out of the rain.
So see that. Take it. The representative's not here.
He's in Washington.
Who's there?
But here we all are, and we are here to deliver some postcards to
Okay.
you. And I think you've probably been getting quite a few, but we each have one to give you that has a message from a constituent.
Great.
Because we know that no matter what our views are, whether he agrees with them or he doesn't, it's an incredibly important part of his job to take all of his constituents' views into consideration. So,
Wholeheartedly agree.
absolutely. So I think we can just maybe people want to go around and just say your name and your zip code, and then hand over your postcard. And if you have another comment, that if you have a comment about the ACA and why it's important to you or anything like that, feel free to go ahead and mention it. So.
And also, if you do have a comment or a specific question that you want us to follow up on, Timothy, who's actually a new member of our team, say hi, Tim.
Hi, Tim.
Hi, Tim.
Tim has some sign-in sheets.
Okay.
And if there's a specific question, if you wanted to stay after everyone and talk with me, I can try to connect you with the right staffer in our legislative team if it's a legislative issue, or if you're having issues with a federal agency, I'd be happy to help out with that as well.
Thank you. Yeah.
I get to start. I'm Karen Adams.
Hi, Karen. I'm Luke, by the way. I haven't introduced myself.
43235.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and read this. Explain to me, Mr. T. Berry, how you are pro-life when you want to take away Medicaid and health care to millions of people. How you are defunding efforts to save our planet and our education system. How you want more guns. Your actions are not helping life. And how does this health care plan reduce infant mortality?
Okay, I'd be happy to take that from you.
Thank you.
My name's Chris.
Hi, Chris.
This is my 6th week visiting this office.
Okay.
It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
I live in 43214.
Okay.
And I have a card from Brenda, who is from 43085. And it says, Pat, I lived in North Carolina. My daughter was attacked by a dog. Her emergency room visits and surgeries on her face could not have been covered by an HSA. Her medical bills were more than I needed to meet.
Okay. So that's from Brenda?
From Brenda.
You said?
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Was there one from you as well?
I can say that my daughter had surgery 2 years ago. Her life flighted from one hospital to another, and it cost $200,000.
Wow.
And she was in here earlier today. I came up volunteering.
Oh, was that Evelyn?
That's Evelyn, yes.
Your children were lovely,
Thank
by the
you.
way. Thank you for letting them come
But
in.
my husband doesn't make $200,000.
We all have, I think all of us have written, raise your hand if you have written a postcard at some point. Yeah, so we all have, but today we are actually bringing postcards that there was a gathering yesterday and some people wrote postcards, so we don't necessarily have our own postcards,
okay. Thank you
but we
very
have
much.
comments in addition to those.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and to speed this along, let's just have people say their names and zip codes and not read all the postcards today because we've got quite a few.
Okay, I've got
leave 'em
plenty
with
of
you.
time though,
Say
if,
you're concerned about something.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm Tanya Huey, I'm in 43214.
nice to meet you. Great, thank you.
I'm Larry Owen, 43204, and I'll read a letter after we've gone over the
Okay, I'm sorry, sir, I'm a little hard of hearing.
Larry Owen.
Larry? Okay, thank you, Larry.
I'll give a letter after.
Great.
I'm Greg Clark, 43081.
Hi, Greg.
Hello, and I have a real concern, and it's real, about the sanity of our president. And I think that as a congressman, it's their responsibility to impeach when necessary. And I'm very concerned that this man that's handling our government is incapable. And I think he proves it every day.
Okay. Have you actually submitted any comment on that to our website or anything?
Not to you, no, I have
Okay,
not. but
would
I
you mind
can.
putting that in
Absolutely
writing? I'd be
will.
happy to make sure we
Yes,
pass it along.
yes, thank you.
My name's Katie. I'm from
Hi, Katie.
zip code 43214. And I would, kind of follow that with saying I would also, I think that we really need an independent investigation of the, connections between their administration and Russia. And we
His
really
tax
need to see,
returns.
we really need to see the tax returns because it's the only way to know if the president has divided loyalties, who he owes money to, who has been paying him, what his sources of income are. We have to know that as national security.
Okay. I see you've got a postcard.
Oh, yes, from someone
Okay,
else.
all right. Do you have another one with the other issues on it, or?
Oh, actually, yes.
Okay.
These are from other people.
Okay, great.
I'm Brenda from 43081, and I totally agree with everything that's been said so far.
Hi, Brenda.
And I personally have great health care because I'm on Medicare. However, I'm presenting this bill on behalf of the millions of women who stand to lose their health care under the new act.
Okay.
Mary Woods, 43235.
Hi, Mary.
Hi, I'm going to be a first-time grandmother, and I want my granddaughter
Congratulations.
to have the same kind of country to live in that we've all been able to enjoy, and I don't see that happening.
Okay.
I'm Dr. James Knight. I'm a physician. I live here in 43085. I've enjoyed taking care of patients with insurance over the last few years, and I'm very concerned about this bill. I also think that there was an opportunity to address maternal and infant mortality in Ohio that was not taken, and I think that's really sad. If you want to push a conservative agenda, that's one thing, but I think there was a lot of opportunity here. That's very sad.
Okay. And I see you've got a postcard. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Becky Mansfield. I'm from 43214. In addition to being concerned about cutting health care,
That's a good sign, by the way.
I'm also concerned, this is on this card, about immigrants and immigration rights. I'm against the wall. I am against Islamophobia, against the Muslim ban, and against ICE.
Okay.
And she's pro-arts.
Pro-arts.
Okay.
Pat actually is a board member for the
It's a
National
girl.
Endowment for the Arts.
It's a girl. It's a girl with a pearl.
I'm Aaron Mansfield. I live in 43214.
Hey, Aaron. How are you?
I'm
Thanks for coming in
13
today.
and I have concerns about climate change.
Okay.
That's right.
Do you have a note or anything or any
No.
specific? Okay. Would you mind sharing your concerns via our website if I give you our website information?
I think you sent some cards.
Okay. All right.
Keep going. More.
Yeah. Well, there is actually a tool, if you haven't seen it yet, on our website where you can actually submit opinions directly to our legislative team and the member parents as well. So it's tberry.house.gov. And if you ever have trouble navigating to that, give me a call, Aaron. I'll take care of you.
Hi, I'm Carolina Lopez Ruiz. I'm a US citizen, but I grew up in Spain. I was born in the US, but grew up there. Couldn't get rid of the accent when I came back. But that, I have a certain European perspective as well. And if Tiberi was here, what I wanted to tell him was that you can be a conservative, within the spectrum, more conservative, less. There are things at least in Spain, and I take it in many other countries, that conservatives don't play with. And one of them is health. And it's just, on par with education, safe security, the police, firemen. They're just things that you do for your people, for the community, and everybody has to pitch in for it. Those who have money pay more, those who don't have, don't pay. But it's a responsibility, a right, and health is one of them. And I would really wish that conservatives in this country would learn that lesson from other countries. And, you can be, the Conservative Party does not touch universal health care in Spain. They can't, it's something that it's just a given in most, I would say, all developed countries. So it's just something I don't understand. You can be a conservative and be for universal health care.
That's right.
That's
right.
That's right. Thank you.
That have universal health care. One that isn't on here is China, which is just recently.
Oh, Korea, South Korea has the best
Very
health care.
Very
good.
And is that in addition to the other letter you have, sir?
Yes, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, so it's separate, all right.
Yeah. Go ahead.
My name is Suzanne Laird.
Hi,
I
Suzanne.
live in 43082, and I graduated from North End High School, and I'm really embarrassed to say that Pat Tiberi is from my high school. As a retired educator, I am horrified that we have, and he allowed Betsy DeVos to be our education secretary, knowing nothing about
Congressman
public
Tiberi actually
education.
didn't have a vote in that matter. That's only within the Senate.
But the conservatives, how they have pushed her, and unfortunately, they let it go. They let it go. He will not stand up for any of the issues that I find important, and that's why I'm out here every Thursday that I'm not substitute teaching. There's my card.
You're always welcome.
I'd like to hear from him within 10 days.
Okay, do you have some specific questions you'd like to forward?
Yeah, I'll do that again.
Okay.
I was told always give them a deadline or they'll ignore you.
Well, can you touch base with me? That way I can make sure you get in touch with the
We
right
are held
staff.
accountable, teachers are held accountable, and our representatives, he works for us, and I employ him, so I'd like to hear from him.
Yeah,
I'll get on your website.
Well, even more than the website, if there are some specific questions you want to leave with me today, I can try to set you up with the right legislative staffer to try to get you some answers. Okay?
Certainly will. Got paper? Got pen?
Thank you. My name's Mia Lewis. I live in
Hi, Mia.
43202. So one message from the fact that we're each holding someone else's postcards is that, in fact, we're twice as many here in the room. So if the people who wrote these postcards were here, we would be twice as many. And I really appreciate your attitude, and I really appreciate your commitment to get back to us on these things. I think that's one thing that I've found upsetting in this process is the feeling that the staff in this office, I'm sure they're nice people, but their attitude has been that they don't have a commitment to get back to us, and that because they know that Congressman Tiberi doesn't agree, we have different viewpoints, that somehow he doesn't have a responsibility to take our viewpoints into consideration. And one thing that he mentions a lot is that, 53% of the people in his district voted for Trump, and so that's a way of saying that, our viewpoints don't really matter because he's going to get reelected anyway. And I just think it's really important that, he take our viewpoints into consideration, no matter whether, how many people voted which way. And I have emailed, I had a meeting with a group of people, Tanya was there also, with the congressman, and afterwards we wrote emails and asked for follow-up about specific issues that had come up during the meeting, and I don't think any of us heard back from anybody. So, basically
Do you
so
know who
far,
sent those emails to?
Rob Nichols, we had a
Okay.
discussion there, and, it was like, can you follow up and send us this information, which we did, with very polite emails thanking for the meetings, et cetera. None of us ever heard back in
I'll
any way.
do what I can to try to
Okay.
get your response.
All right. No, I'm just saying a response would be great, and a responsiveness from the office in general would be just a great improvement. So I think that's important. We're citizens, as she said, we're paying his salary, et cetera. And this is another postcard for you.
Great.
Yeah,
And we're all
thank
free
you.
to vote in the Republican primary.
Yeah.
I'm John Gaddis.
Hi,
I'm
John.
43081.
Nice to meet you.
He's keeping it short.
My battery's dying. Let's wrap this up.
Take as little or as much time as you need.
Got a lot to say.
Debbie Crawford. I
Hi,
live
Debbie.
at 432